Hello, children. Good morning to all. Hope you all are staying safe at home. So, in our last class, we have finished the landforms in the world. In today's class, we are going to see our next lesson. The name of the lesson is Indus Valley Civilization. So, what is the name of the lesson? Indus Valley Civilization. It starts from the page number 90 in your book. So you can see the spelling of the topic. Then in the last class we have seen the many landforms. No? Do you remember that? What are all the landforms we saw? Yes, very good. So we have saw many landforms, and one of the landforms we saw is river. Do you remember? We have seen about the rivers. So rivers act as the lifeline of many people in the world. So without the water we can't live. From the rivers only we are getting water for drinking and for any other purpose. So rivers only acts as a lifeline of people for thousands of centuries, not today or yesterday. For thousands of centuries we are depending upon the rivers for water. The banks of the rivers are very fertile for crops to be grown. So, have you seen the banks of the river? There will be many crops grown. So, the soil near the banks of the rivers will be very fertile and it will be having many nutrients with it. Okay, so many people started settling near the river banks. So because of the fertility of the soil, many people started settling near the river banks. So the rivers also helped it for trading. So rivers acts as a trading route to exchange goods with the people who are far away places. Okay. So the rivers helped for growing crops and also for trading. It acted as a trading route for the people who are in faraway places. So for these advantages, many people started settling near the river banks. So we are going to see one of the civilization, one of the oldest civilizations that existed. Okay, who have settled near the river Indus. Okay, we are going to see about the people who have settled near the river Indus. So only the topic of the lesson is given as Indus Valley Civilization. Now we are going to see about the location and timeline of Indus Valley Civilization. Location means in which place they have lived, and timeline means in which period they lived. Okay, so the Indus Valley Civilization is located in modern day Pakistan and parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan in India. So you know the places called Gujarat and Rajasthan. So in some of the parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan, Indus Valley civilization was grown. And also the Pakistan, the current Pakistan where it is, in that place also Indus Valley civilization was grown. Okay, the timeline, the period they lived is 4500 to 5000 years ago. Okay, not 1 or 2 years, not 5 or 10 years ago. It is 4500 to 5000 years ago the Indus Valley civilization was grown. Then this existence, the people came to know about this civilization when two important cities were discovered. After the discovery of these two cities only, people came to know that there is a civilization in this place. What are the two cities? Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So these are the two famous cities in Indus Valley civilization. After the discovery of these two places only, people came to know about this civilization. Harappa was discovered in 1921 and Mohenjo-daro was discovered in 1922. So they were found on the banks of river Indus and its tributaries. So I told Indus Valley civilization existed near the river Indus. So Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were also found near the river Indus only. Okay, Harappa was found in 1921 and Mohenjo-daro was found in 1922. Then Harappa was the first city to be discovered in this Indus Valley civilization. Because of this, Indus Valley civilization is also known as Harappan civilization. Why? Since Harappa was the first city to be discovered, this civilization is also known as Harappan civilization. This is the location and timeline of Indus Valley civilization. So they settled near Indus River in parts of Gujarat and Rajasthan and in modern day Pakistan. Around 4500 to 5000 years ago, important two cities were found, Harappa in 1921 and Mohenjo-daro in 1922. Since Harappa was the first city to be discovered in this civilization, so this civilization is also known as Harappan civilization. Next, we are going to see about the society of the Indus Valley civilization. So, we are going to see how the society was built and how the people were living in that society. What are all the things they used? What are all the places it had? Like that we are going to see now. So, with the help of the things that were used by the people, we came to know that only one single ruler ruled this whole place. And the cities were built in two parts. The whole city was divided into two parts called Lower Town and Upper Town. So only one single ruler ruled this whole city, and the full city was divided into two parts called Lower Town and Upper Town. The Upper Town was built on the higher level and had bigger buildings than the Lower Town. So how was the Upper Town was built? It was built on a higher level and it had many bigger buildings. All the buildings were bigger and high. So on comparing to the Lower Town, Upper Town had somewhat higher level buildings. This is because important people may be living there. Because of this only, they have built higher buildings in Upper Town. Then the common people lived in the Lower Town. So the common people like us, not very important people, the other people, the citizens of that city lived in Lower Town. As they are very common people, not that much important people, they lived in Lower Town. So in this picture you can see the buildings of Upper Town and the Lower Town. Next one we are going to see is what type of jewelry they wore. Both men and women wore jewelry. So what type of jewelry they wore? They wore beads of terracotta. That is, terracotta is nothing but the baked mud. They will bake the mud and make it as jewelry. That is called as terracotta. So this terracotta was used by both men and women. They also used the shells, ivory, silver, gold, and even the precious stones such as amethyst and turquoise. Okay, what are all the things they have used for jewelry? Beads of terracotta, shells, ivory, silver, gold, and even the precious stones like amethyst and turquoise. So these are all the jewelry they wore in their time. One of the most important and famous buildings of Mohenjo-daro is Great Bath. Okay, the Great Bath is the most famous building in Mohenjo-daro. It is like a huge swimming pool. So the Great Bath is full of water. So it is like a very big swimming pool, and this water is used during the religious ceremonies. So the Great Bath is one of the famous and very important buildings in Mohenjo-daro, and it is fully filled with water which is used for religious ceremonies. That's why it is like a huge swimming pool. Next we will see about the god they worshipped. So the people worshipped mother goddesses and Lord Pasupati Shiva. Who have they worshipped? They worshipped mother goddesses and Lord Pasupati Shiva. So Lord Pasupati Shiva is also known as god of animals. They worshipped these two gods. Then Mohenjo-daro had the big granary. So granary is the place where they store grains. So Mohenjo-daro had a very big granary which they used to store grains. They worshipped two gods, mother goddesses and Lord Pasupati Shiva, and the Mohenjo-daro had a very big granary where people used to store grains there. So this is the half of the lesson. In your next class we'll complete the full lesson. Okay children? Children, hope you have understood today's concept. Now your home assignment is you have to complete the given book exercises neatly. Okay, so you will be getting a PDF with this video. You have to see that PDF and complete all your book exercises and the worksheets in your book. So if you are not having your book, you can write in your note itself. Okay? And your activity is you have to complete the worksheet 1 which is given in your book page number 100. So you have to complete both the home assignment and activity and send it through the WhatsApp group children. Thank you.